Hi folks, thanks for tuning in again here at Coco, Lencho, Japan. If you have not tuned in before, I am a foreigner currently living in the countryside. We purchased this beautiful traditional Japanese house in the summer of 2022, and since then we have performed an extensive renovation and live here. But what I would like to talk about today is what provided the inspiration for me to go ahead and do this was the Minka Summit of 2022, when we attended the very first Minka Summit, which took place in Hanase up in the beautiful mountains of Kyoto. And we just got back from the 2024 summit. It was a great experience. Yet again, many foreigners from all over the world, foreigners already living in Japan, Japanese people that are also interested in taking on a Minka, Akiya renovation, or just living in one or purchasing one. I could not help but to think or wonder if they really know what they're getting into. And what I'd like to go ahead and do in this quick video, if you don't mind, I am not trying to discourage you. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to encourage you to go ahead and give an Akiya a second chance in life. However, do it responsibly. That's all I'm asking. Just be aware of what it takes. There is a lot of financial responsibility. There is a lot of community responsibilities, and also just maintaining your property. After this, I just go ahead and show you a time lapse of work that I had to do throughout the day. Right now is the evening. I took a shower, I shaved my head, I shaved my face, and I'm nice and relaxed. However, all day long I was doing the yard work that it takes to maintain your house in decent order. What I'd like to go ahead again is go ahead and share with you the experience of the Minka Summit, of all the different vendors that came, the different subject matter experts that came and gave speeches, the dinner and the keynote speaker, and just getting the opportunity to interact with people from around the world. We went on these different tours where we tour different Minkas where foreigners are currently living in or Japanese are living in, and just listening to their story was really impressive and inspirational, quite frankly. All I'm asking is if you are going to take on an Akiya purchase, because I get a lot of comments from throughout the world of people that they hear that you can buy a really cheap house in Japan, which for the most part it is very true. Say for example that our house here, if you have not tuned in before, we paid 5 million yen, which at the time 2 years ago it was around $36,000. We performed a very extensive renovation. You know, we're at the stage in our life where we don't want to move anymore, and we want to settle here. This is our dream home. So we put the investment into quality of life, not necessarily a financial investment. So also keep that in mind. If you're going to buy an Akiya or Minka, the resale value may or may not be there. So please understand that. Quality of life that comes afterward, folks, it's unbeatable. Right now I'm walking around my property. We have this beautiful trees and vegetation and wild takenoko, which is baby bamboo. Earlier this morning I was talking to my neighbor right across. She was taking care of her garden and she was giving me vegetables, and I was giving her some of my takenoko as well. I mean, that's the beauty about living in the countryside. It's these intrinsic things that you just can't put a value to it, and I'm encouraging you to go ahead and do that, but also understand what comes along with it. You know, like folks that get a little puppy and it's all cute and everything and everyone loves it, but as soon as the puppy starts chewing up the shoes and peeing on your new carpet, you abandon it. Understand that there are a lot of responsibilities that come along with buying an Akiya. So again, let me go ahead and show you some of these time lapse of me throughout the day in some video of the Minka Summit, and just so you can get an idea. And if you can attend next year, please do so. Also check out the website. They provide information throughout the year. All right, folks, if you like what you see, please hit like, subscribe, and share. That is what helps spread the word. personally, I do it because I love sharing this experience with everyone, because I really love interacting with people throughout the world. Yeah, so please comment below. If you have any questions, by all means, send them my way. If I don't know the answer, I have built a little network of other people, other YouTubers or other people that are doing the same thing, so I can refer you to them or whatever, something like that. Additionally, we are in the process of buying a camper van, so that, because that has been another long time dream, is having the little camper van or RV and just being able to travel around. So we will be doing that, traveling around Japan as much as I possibly can and share that experience with you. So if you're interested in that, follow us along for that as well. All right, folks, have a great evening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this video with the time lapse of doing work around the house, just to give you an idea of what it takes to maintain your property. All right, have a great day. Bye.
Awesome. 昔私の親方はゲイチャーが曲がった茅持ってきたら足で蹴飛ばしたらしい。
So in the old, well, previously when he was working, if the villagers gave him low quality or bent thatch that was subpar, they would just kick it off. What did you hire?
Hari.
It's called a hari, needle.
これレン刺しますけど。
When the location has been correctly inserted, you have to pull the rope out to the needle hole.
OK。ここからサチャチムルカで
The rope is on the top is shorter than the rope on the bottom.
でこの長い方をよりを戻してで入れます。ここからビデオ撮ってください。面白いですよ。
Please take a video. He says it's going to be interesting.
で上を引っ張ります。
And then he'll pull the top.
はい、ほら二重になりました。
Now it's gone a full circle around the bamboo.
一回こうやって止めるんですが、
And now he'll tie a knot around it.
これは仮です。This is 叩き。屋根の形にします。
This is to adjust the shape of the roof.
足で締めます。で、僕らはこうやって男結びってやるんですけど、これで完成です。
That's finished.
Don't worry if you're nervous about driving on mountain road. We'll all be together. I'll be in front and leading the way.
She wants to renovate it, but in reality, it's on the market.
It's on the market.
Check out the electrical right there. You can see through too. Oh my. Was it like this back then too? Oh, look at these beams. Excuse me. Sorry. When's the last time someone lived in here?
About 5 years ago. The only original piece is that one there. That tansu is like a maple or something.
常本と申します。まあここの家主で、この家はねだいたい250年で、本家がね250年前家から分家してここへ来てます。
So I'm Tsunemoto, and I'm the owner of this house. This house is 250 years old. And before this, there was a house over there, and then they later moved over here.
で、この地域クタいうところは、まあ歴史的には1500年前から、まあクタという地域に人が住んでます。
The town of Kuta has a history of 1,500 to 1,500 years.
新しくて、まあだいたい250年経ってますけど、昔に比べて若干ところどころ全部部分的に直してます。
So they keep repairing bit by bit for past 250 years to maintain this house.
ちょこちょこ言いはりますけどね。まあお金が補助金がつくんで。べらぼうに高いしね。この家で見積もって1000万。僕が自分でやったから実際使った縄代だけ。まあなかなかねお金もいるいうことで、もうほとんど10年前この谷で、8軒ほどこの代引きやったんやけど、もうあっという間にみんな途端。
So as you know, it costs also hard work. Many houses started to change to the metal. Metal.
だいたいそれでも一番安いので500-600万ぐらいかかる。
But what we do here is, what we do is like originally our service is like a wholesale. We have like a constant flow of properties that are coming in, going out. We might be able to find one. Here is like our past transactions. What we do is we acquire the building, we'll be able to do the renovation as well, depending on how far the client wants.
So you want to buy 7 houses, you tell me? We have the contracts ready here. What do you mean you have toilets inside? You sacrilegious capitalist. And then we do exactly the same on a very much smaller scale. You know, like 80 square meters in Kyoto.
Have you done any machillos? Well, actually right there, right?
That's what we do. We do it every day in Kyoto.
Here, all hand-grown,
Amazing.
organic. Hard work.
Hard work is.
I process of
Oh, and
I made
this
this.
mill?
I've been
this-
so busy, I haven't had time to bathe or change.
And then merchants were like the scum. They were like going for money. They were the lowest status. Of course, there were people sort of outside it. Like there were outcasts. People who, even to this day, if it's known that they're from a family that was outcast, that they will suffer discrimination. Things like the imperial family are outside of it, you know, but they still have higher status. And there's some other, like monks and priests are sort of a different thing. And the Edo period had a lot of challenges because there had been like centuries of war before that, both in the country and massive deforestation, which was starting this sort of environmental crisis. It was really starting to collapse.
Hopefully you enjoyed the little bit of the tour of this Minka Summit 2024. And as I discussed, if you are going to get a house in the countryside of Japan especially, or anywhere in Japan for that matter, but let's focus on the countryside of Japan because that's what I know. Yeah, you're definitely going to have a lot of responsibilities that come along with owning the house and maintaining the house. So yeah, come along with me and you can see. Okay, but let me go ahead and show you a couple of the little tools of the trade that I have learned thus far that seem to work out pretty good for me. First of all, you need a good weed whacker. This was specifically, was a Kyocera. I just bought it at the local Japanese store. I've always had a love-hate relationship with weed whackers. I never really cared for them a whole lot, even in the United States, mainly because of the whole tap and release. The cord system, the blade is pretty cool, but if you have a lot of rocks and whatnot and a lot of obstacles, it kind of slows you down quite a bit. And actually a shout out to Steve at Real World Japan last year. He kind of check him out. He's there in Nagano, and every day, almost every day, he puts out videos about real life in the countryside of Japan. But he suggested that, with the cord you could go a whole lot faster, but like I mentioned to him, I just don't like cords. But then I was talking to someone else, and this other guy told me that he likes this particular type, which is basically where it's, let me see, let me grab my pliers here. That's another part of my little kit. Basically this it just folds out in half. You fold it and you put it back in, and so this I have found to be pretty quick and easy. So I just have a whole bunch of them pre-cut. I just keep them in my pocket here. I've discovered that with this particular head, I kind of need some pliers to kind of quickly pull them out when I'm out in the yard. If you're interested, I'm definitely not sponsoring this or anything like that, but this is what I bought, the Easy Lock. I got it on Amazon, and comes in pretty quick. And then it comes with some pre-cut ones there, but normally what I just do is go to the store again and just buy the regular cord, figure out what is the best length. See, this one in particular is a 2.4 millimeter. That seems to work. Another thing I did is this guard right here. Originally when you buy at the store is probably like up to here, so then the cord is much shorter, right? So technically I could make this a little bit longer, but if it's too long then it gets all kind of wobbly, but it could go longer. But so I just move this back. So with this I can go a good amount of time. And then I always kind of pre-pack. I bought this little case. It's kind of like a carpenter's little case, but it has a couple little pockets. So in there I always have something ready to cut some branches and stuff like that, or even like a kuzu and vines or anything I need to get out from the woods. From the roots, I can get this out pretty easy. And some other clippers just in case I need them. And then I also like this little pocket because, and I'm sure you're going to have the same problem, is that there's always some sort of debris, garbage, whatever laying around. If you don't have a place to put it in other than your pocket, you're gonna forget about it and it's gonna keep on staying there. So go ahead and have yourself a little pouch for garbage. So that's what I use. And these little Japanese sickles are pretty cool too. This one I managed to bend it, but this one has the little sharp edges right there, so it's really cool. You can get in. So with that, I keep on going, and I've been able to successfully, I should not say successfully, but I have been able to keep the vines under control quite a bit. And then little by little, every single time I go out there, my yard improves. So, all right, folks, so again, that is some of the stuff that you're going to have to contend with when you own a house in the countryside. I also purchased a rather large lawnmower that I had, let's say, imported from the United States. As part of a shipment that I was authorized when part of my job here in Japan. And speaking of job, if you're interested in how to, in my particular case, get a job or employment in Japan under SOFA status, which is a status of forces agreement, check out my video, which kind of explains and kind of helps you find employment in Japan if you're interested in that topic. And there's a lot of benefits that come along with it, such as being able to ship your household good items. That's how I got this rather large lawnmower shipped to Japan from the United States. All right, let's get to work. So folks, do you think this really works? Let me know in the comments. A little owl for to keep the birds from eating the cherries and whatnot. I don't know, I bought it at the store. I have no idea if it works. The head turns around. It's pretty funny though. But I have no idea if it works. Maybe I should move it around so that the birds, so they don't figure out that this thing never moves. But yeah, all right, let's keep on working. Okay, so now it's time to do the flat sides with the lawnmower. This is the lawnmower that I had imported from the United States. It is an M430 Craftsman, like 48 inches wide. It's quite impressive. There is a video review of it coming up one of these days soon, hopefully. But like I said, it's already quite impressive, so I already kind of gave it away. I really do like it a lot. Here in Japan, you're not going to have many options when it comes to a riding lawnmower, like for just for yourself. Not like us in the States, we have our John Deeres and whatnot. All right, so let's go ahead and start it up and go ahead and knock this out real quick. And it's self-propelled, so I'm just barely moving it right here, and right now it's just moving on its own. It has a cancels up front, makes it easy to maneuver. Okay, so that was a whole lot quicker than before. Before, this was like a whole evening just doing this right here. All right, let's go ahead and go up to the chestnuts and call it an evening because I am hungry.
slippery. The wheels are all muddy. It's all going up there, pretty much in the zone. All right.